What's up? I wanted to do a quick update on CLOV, short squeeze, kind of what yesterday's price action and where I think we're at today. I think yesterday was a huge day. Can't stress that enough. We closed above 13, which happens to be the max pain level. And that's kind of been a number that it's been hard over the last couple of days to get above and stay above. Um, Let me pull up yesterday's 5-minute chart. So when we got off the live stream yesterday, right around here, we weren't able to break above 1350. I put out a video about a gamma ramp that I thought the option chain was going to maybe carry us to 16. And once we finally broke above 1350, shortly after that, we did see this ramp up that took us all the way up to 1450. There was significant open interest in the option chain that I think could have carried us to 16, but we started to see real heavy shorting after that point, is what I assume. There was a net of 7 million shares borrowed yesterday. So just looking at Ortex data real quick, I'll kind of interject in there. Yesterday, this number of shares on loan was at somewhere around 48 million, and today it's sitting at 55.67. So that means roughly 7.5 million shares were borrowed yesterday. And with 100% utilization, I would assume that most of them were used. Now, I'm thinking they were using this to kind of drive this price down, and they weren't able to get it back below 13. When we got down here below 13, right to 1301, we saw a lot of buying pressure come in, a lot of buy walls and support levels. So the stock immediately bounced back up to around 1315 and ended up closing out the day, roughly around 1330. That was a big win for us. 7 million shares shorted. The highest we've ever seen that I could remember was somewhere around 60 million, 61 million, which tells me that, in the grand scheme of things, there's probably about 4.5 to 5 million shares left, which means they're not going to be able to hit us with as much firepower moving forward. Also, the cost to borrow has been going up significantly, even though it's fluctuating. I know iBorrowDesk was showing 135% yesterday. Ortex was showing a low of, I think, 16%, high of 324%, and an average of 273%. Those are all significant numbers. I mean, anything even 16% is a high number for cost to borrow, interest rates on borrowed shares and loan shares. So when you're getting up there into that 270 range, or like iBorrow showing 135%, it's going to get really expensive. It costs us nothing to hold, but it's going to get expensive for them and probably force some of these shorts to get out. So again, huge day yesterday. In terms of today, I just want to pull up the option chain real quick. Let's go back to here. This is still yesterday's data. It hasn't been updated yet on Webull, but I was able to take a peek at some of these numbers. It looks like we probably dropped off a little bit at the $13 strike, but we saw more heavy consolidation between 14 and 1550. So the potential for that gamma squeeze, or gamma ramp, I should say, still exists. If we're able to drive the price up a little bit higher today, maybe get back above 1350, which should be a lot easier considering we're trading right now at 1371 in pre-market. I would imagine we'll see that same type of price action that drives the price up, and this time potentially we can get over 1450, maybe even get that push into that $16 level, especially considering that there's not as many shares available for them to take out on loan. At least that's my assumption, based on what we've seen. Highest amount we've seen so far has been about 61 million, and right now we're sitting at about 55.67 on loan. So things are looking up. Continue to buy, continue to hold, and be patient. But I do think with this cost to borrow being the way it is, we might see some significant movement sometime soon. All right, have a good day. If you're able to, come check me out on the live stream. Also, I just started up a Twitter account. It's at Coach B Stocks. Thank you very much. Good luck in the markets, no matter what stock you're in.